Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Pentiment. Last time we left off, we talked to Klaus and found out that there's some tensions in the town between the Abbey and the peasants. And we gotta go over here and see what Otto's gonna do with this speech. So, into the town commons we go. Yep, everybody's here. So many people. Everyone listen. We all know why we're here. Nothing I'm going to say will be a surprise. Nothing I'm going to say hasn't already been spoken behind closed doors, whispered to your neighbors. Nothing I'm going to say is untruthful, so it's time we started saying it openly. Year after year, the Abbey has found new ways to tax the peasants. Piece by piece, the Abbey has taken away our rights to use God's forest to support our families. Law after law gets heaped upon us, restrictions on how we can pay rent. Limits on where we can move, who we can wed. And now, the death tax, which once claimed only our best animal and garment, takes half of our estate. The death tax? Oh, okay, so when someone dies, they get your best animal and garment. Wow. No consideration for widows, no consideration for children. What about the town council, the Rathaus? Community hall where people meet, typically a council that governs day-to-day affairs under the authority of the Lord. Really, that's a sign the abbot wishes to share his power to listen to our grievances. You have a good heart, Ulrich. You always want to see the best in people. But no. The council is a way for the abbot to divide us, to pit a favored few against the many. This is not charity, no. Only greed and desperation drive Father Gurneau. You'd think that if the abbot could, he'd steal a dead man's soul from heaven itself. And when we protested, what did Father Gurneau do? He locked the shrine of St. Moritz. He won't allow the people of this town, the farmers of this land, to pray before the relic. Now, when we most need the intercession of our saint, the abbot has shut us out. Father Gurneau's actions aren't just, they aren't Christian. We've endured this abuse for too long. It's time we let the abbot know we won't take it anymore. Too right! Hear, hear. Yes! Sasta, stop! Let's fix this! Stop, this is foolish. Soldiers are already patrolling nearby towns. If you push against the abbey, you'll incur the Duke's wrath. You could get the town razed and everyone killed. Hannah's right. The Duke is a powerful force in Bavaria. You're playing a dangerous game, Otto. You lot are no match for trained soldiers. If you don't relent, you'll be ground into the dust like the Swabian peasants. We could always grind you up instead, Linhart. Yeah! Peter says eat the rich. They might be right there if they aren't already soldiers about. I don't know about this. I must stand for what's right. God is on our side. I agree with Peter. Don't be shy. Speak up if you have a cause. Okay, something came up, but I'm good now. We won't be overrun. The peasants of Salzburg were able to take city and have their cause heard. If the people can get the Archbishop of Salzburg to listen to them, then we can do the same with the abbot. Master Andreas, do you think my family in Salzburg is alright? Quiet, Caspar. I'm not going to be mean to Caspar. Caspar is wholesome. I don't know Caspar, but we can find out. Alright. Enough is enough. We can't stand by while the abbot continues treating us poorly. People all over Swabia are taking back their God-given rights. Why shouldn't we do the same? A righteous cause. Martin's right. We deserve better. We can do this. Well spoken, Martin. Everyone ought to consider what he said. Martin has proved dependable these last few years. But if the words of men can't persuade you, perhaps a sign from a greater power will. The abbot may have locked us out of our saint's shrine, but God has shown me that he is with us. I think that's all I should say for now. Thank you all for coming. What sign did you get? Good day, Andreas. Clara, it's been too long. It's lovely to see you again. Hello, Andreas. I'm surprised to see you after your long absence from Tassing. At this rate, we thought we'd never see you again. Oh, I'm not gonna flirt with Otto's wife. Can I say, I missed the Alpine air and the people. I was on the road back to Nuremberg, actually, and wondered how you were all getting on. Gone too long. I'm not sorry for not sending word of my arrival. Was gone too long. I'm sorry for not sending word of my arrival. Certainly did pick an odd time to visit. In the middle of a strange season. Ah, you found the Gertners. The speech was very rousing, Otto. I swear they get better each time. I hope the Duke doesn't catch word of this, Otto. The town could suffer for it. Are you looking for trouble? I don't know. I agree with you. I mean, I think trouble's going to find you, but I also agree with everything you've said. I hope the Duke doesn't catch word of this, Otto. The town could suffer for it. We're past the points of caring, Maler. If you were in our position, you'd understand that. You're right. It's not my place to judge. I'm just concerned. It's appreciated, but we know the risks. Otto, did you really see a sign from God? Is that true? Convince Otto to talk about a sign from God. Yes. Understood why many people hate the abbot. Stood your ground when Matthew approached the grave. Said you didn't care if Matthew told the abbot about the dig. Damn right. Good shit. Otto trusts us. It is, Andreas, I swear. Come talk to me later. I'll tell you what I can, alright? Anyway, Andreas, you and yours should come by the house for supper. We'd be delighted to have you. Sound good to you, Caspar? Yes, Master Andreas, I'm starving. Our table is a little sparse lately, but we'll be sure to feed you well. Thank you. We'll see you there. Beautiful! Alright, I gotta eat. Who am I gonna eat with? I'm guessing them, since I just promised I would. Go to the Gertners for supper. But we might be able to get some updates. Andreas, you're back in Tassing? Just for a few days. I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. Yep, I know Brother Piero. There we go. Oh yes, Brother Piero. What a talent with color. I'm sorry, Andreas. He's a sweet old man. I talk to him sometimes on my breaks up at the Abbey. Surprised Prior Ferrink didn't give you an earful. Well, he did before the, unpleasantness. Sure, you know it shook things up at the Abbey for a while. Brother Guy made it clear I wasn't welcome at Kiersau when I arrived, so yes. What it's worth, you're still welcome in Tassing. Anyway. Matthew's prior now, still strict, but a bit quieter about it. So maybe it's a change for the best. Who's to say? We don't have to live by the rule. Then again, we all have to live under Father Gernot's rule, which is probably worse. Oh? Are you in with the peasants' interests? Well, of course. Gernot's been running them into the ground. Top of that, we can't even use the forest anymore. Yeah, I'm definitely siding with the peasants here. Any of us used to be able to go fishing in there. Not anymore. I hope things don't get bloody. Bloody? No one wants that, Andreas. But we're not going to get anywhere by keeping quiet. Have a good advocate in Otto. Hope it goes well for you. Be careful in just... You have a good advocate in Otto. He's a good man and he speaks the truth. The whole town knows it, even Linhart, though he wouldn't admit it. Hey, Andreas, how's the married life been treating you? After you left here and returned to Nuremberg, I take it you were married. I was. Marriage is a legal requirement for becoming a recognized master craftsman. I definitely don't think Andreas is super into marriage. And considering how I've been playing him so far, I still don't think he would be into it. I think it's kind of just a necessity for him. I was. Marriage is a legal requirement for becoming a recognized master craftsman. Ah, yes, of course. This obligation seldom reach a small town like ours. Imagine it would apply to me as well if I got far enough. The married life has treated you well. I still have not found anyone. I fear it's never going to happen. Really? Not a single person has caught your eye? Honestly, don't even bother. Marriage is not worth it. I'm not gonna talk down about it to you. If you want to find someone, I think there's someone for everyone out there. You just gotta keep looking. Really? Not a single person has caught your eye? Oh, when I was in Innsbruck a few years ago, I saw a real pretty girl at the market selling painted pots. Think about her sometimes, maybe more than is Christian. Hold on, you need to get back to Innsbruck and find that pretty girl. What? Really? You're older than me and you're not married. Go find her, it's how it should be. Life is too short to spend dreaming about the loves you could have had, trust me. You think Tyrolean men are better than Bavarians? I say life is too short to spend dreaming about the loves you could have had, trust me. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta take the plunge. You seem to feel strongly about this, Andreas. But it sounds foolish. Juvenile, you might say. Don't overthink it, just take my advice. I may not have found true love, but that doesn't mean you can't. Don't overthink it. Just take my advice. I may not have found true love, but that doesn't mean you can't. Are you not happy with your life, Andreas? I'm not, but this isn't about me, it's about you. Well, if I ever have the chance to get back to Innsbruck, maybe I will. There's something to look forward to, after all. Oh, thank you, Andreas. You're a man of inspiration. Yeah, I got an achievement for that. A pleasure. Until later, Andreas. Till then. Yeah, I wanna help people out. You know, if I can convince you to seek love and not give up on it, I'm down to do that. And I like the idea of our Andreas being like kind of, you know, just bummed, not happy with where his life has been, and kind of sharing his experiences with other people to help them out if need be. You're so much older! Hello, Master Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. Thankful you returned to Tassing after so long. Prayed so fondly for you after you left. It's very kind of you. You shouldn't have bothered. I've done well for myself, but Tassing. I hope your prayers offset the abbots. He's not as fond of me as the rest of Tassing. I hope your prayers offset the abbots. He's not as fond of me. Andreas, I'm sure the abbots prays for your wellness, even if you left on poor terms. And now God has allowed you to return. Perhaps God is providing an opportunity for the two of you to reconcile. I suppose I could talk to the abbot at least. We are commanded to do so, just as Paul said. There's Paul! Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as in Christ God forgave you. Like there's a few people in Tassing who could use that advice. That's right, you read Otto's speech earlier. Yes, Tassing's peasants are struggling, and now even we townfolk are pinched by the abbot's new restrictions. Worry about my husband, he's getting too involved with the whole business. What Gernot is doing in Tassing is wrong, and Otto is standing up to him. You disagree with Ulrich, you're right to be worried. Otto's protests look like the start of a revolt. What Gernot is doing in Tassing is wrong, and Otto is standing up to him. That's what Ulrich says too. I love my husband, but sometimes I worry that he focuses too intently on the details. He does not see that he may be both prudent and Christian. Pray that I'm not acting selfishly, but the abbot's taxes have affected us too. What about Anna's future? Ulrich has been offering credit to Peter for years, which I've accepted, but now... We can only bake so much bread a week before we go hungry ourselves. Can you talk to him, Andreas? Of course, Gret, but I can't promise I'll change his mind. God bless you, Andreas, that's all I ask. I can try to talk to you, but yeah, I don't know how much I'm really gonna be able to help here. We'll give it a shot, though. Rathaus construction is going smoothly. I wonder if they'll finish it before winter. Anything here? Hello. There. Oh, great. The asshole doctor. Oh my god, hiccup, please. Yes. Oh, Andreas Maler, how unexpected. Very busy at the moment, another time. Later then. Okay, you're doing some shit. Cutting some herbs, it looks like. What are you preparing, friend? Eisenkopf house, is that what that said? Ooh, you're new. Balthasar. You make... at first I thought this was like a clockmaker's house, but... just gears and stuff? Salutations! You must be that wonderful artist, no? Master Andreas Maler, yes. Wonderful, wonderful! Balthasar Eisenkopf, at your service, but call me Baltus, please. I'm much more familiar. It's much more familiar. A pleasure, Baltus. Have you been in Tassing long? Oh, just a few seasons. My cart broke down and I found the place so charming I decided to stay. I enjoy the quiet, but I must say I do miss the company of other intellectuals. Usually that good Dr. Stoltz and I whittle the hours away in the evenings. So naturally, when I heard a well-known artist had arrived, I was beside myself. I'm always pleased to meet a like-minded individual. What do you do? I'm an inventor of sorts. Inventor, yeah, that makes sense. Really? What do you make? All sorts of things, young man. Mechanical clocks of all sizes, metal mice that skitter about, even light without flame. Truly impressive, Baltus. Thank you, Andreas. I knew a fellow artist such as yourself would appreciate my work. Oh, well, I'd best get back to it. You know how it is for us. Few called to a higher art. Good luck, Baltus. Until later. Alright, Baltazar. Always thought Baltazar was a cool name. Alright, we got an inventor in town. It's so neat to see all these new characters and everything hanging about. Okay, cool. I do just love seeing how Tassing has changed over time. There's Lucky. We'll check in on Lucky too. Hello, Agnes. Oh, Andreas, how good it is to see you again. Who's this? Hello, Agnes. This is my assistant Caspar. Hello. What a hale-looking boy. And you, Andreas, you look very well. Why are you back in Tassing? Came to pay my respects to Brother Piero. All you know, couldn't resist the charms of country life, wanted to reminisce. Came to pay my respects. Oh, of course. I'm sure the brothers appreciated that. Last few years have been difficult for everyone. We've lost so many. Yes, I heard Bert and Marie had passed. Tragic. Oops. Yeah. That is tragic. Yes, poor Klaus. I hope you've stopped in to talk to him. He sent you letters. Yes. Anyway, I won't burden you all with Tassing's troubles. It's been good to see you again, Andreas. Until later. Until then. Okay, yeah, we gotta check in on everybody before we go eat. Hey, Lucky. Andreas, back in Tassing, I see. Happy to see me? No, times are tense. I assume you're referring to Otto's speech. What do you mean? I didn't cause anything. I was only helping a friend who was innocent, mind you. I assume you're referring to Otto's speech. Well then, well. Life's getting harder for everyone, but if this shit goes on, there'll be backlash, a bloody one. Don't like the abbot coming for my fishing rights, but I'll make do. I'm not sure if their lives are comparable to ours. They sure seem to complain a lot lately. Yeah, I'm not sure if their lives are comparable to ours. I work for my wages like any man, Andreas. Yeah, but we're like... We have like a profession and stuff. We get paid more. We have a unique... what's the word? Skill that we're working for, whereas they have less, and they rely on the prices that other people set for that. So yeah, I mean, we have a different circumstance than them, Lucky. Gotta realize this. We work, we don't complain. It's not Christian. That's not a good way of looking at it. I suppose. How's your family doing during these troubling times? We're fine. Agnes is fine. Brigida and Martin are fine. Martin's become far more responsible a man after his return. I just wish, Never mind. Raise eyebrow quizzically. I wish Wolf hadn't died. I mourn the boy all these years later. I hoped he'd take up my mantle. I wanted to pass on my knowledge and trade. Rest in peace, Wolf. May God keep his tiny soul safe. Perhaps Brigida will have another while I live. She seems happy enough with Martin. I'd love to hear the patter of small feet again, a boy to hold a chisel and mallet. Little stonemason making his grandfather proud. I suppose that's up to Brigida and Martin. Yeah, well, life begets life. Enough idling now, I got things to do. Until later, Andreas. Until then. Alrighty. When was the last time the game saved? 2 minutes ago, so when I left the house there. Okay. Church and Druckers. I just gotta check in on everybody now, you know? The Drucker house. Got nothing really going on there. Now that everybody's actually back at their various places. So, we went by the bakery, went by the midwife, went by the rat house, Werner, Balthazar. We saw Indris, Town Commons. We haven't been by the Zimmermans. So I could check out the Zimmermans. And then where it actually wants me to go is the Gertners for dinner. Yeah, so we can save that for last because they're all the way down there. Lucky, stonemason of Tassing, husband of Agnes, father of Brigida, known for his great strength. Johann, brother of Franz Bauer, husband of Hetty, father of Veronica and Hans. Johann is friendly with most of the families in town, but is determined to expand his farm. Second wife of Peter, mother of Ursula, known for her kindness and her concern for her husband's health. Wife of Ulrich and mother of Anna, Gret assists her husband in the town bakery. The Tassing town blacksmith, Indris works near the town center most days. Made a wife of Tassing, wife of Lucky. She has one daughter, Brigitta Bauern, wife of Martin, daughter of Ulrich and Gret, Anna. Anton, son of Karl and Helena, and Balthazar Baltus Isenkopf, eccentric inventor and successful investor from Nuremberg. Yeah, so we got some more types here. Hang out in town with us. Paul Mueller, quiet son of the town miller, Lenhart and Else. Husband of Clara, father of Big Jorg, Eva, and Ursula, known for his temper and his dislike of the Abbey, and Lenhart Mueller. Daughter of Johann and Hetty Bauer, sister of Hans, married to Big Jorg, close friends with Brigitta. Town physician of Tassing, graduate of the Albert Ludwig University in Freiburg, originally from Lower Sicilia. Or Silesia? Known for his unpleasant manner. Yeah, definitely is. Bit of a jackass, that one. I ran into Clara and Eva in the Commons. Eva, Clara invited me to spend time with them over supper. I should head to the farm. Otto's speech was attended by almost everyone in Tassing. He spoke of the many problems both the townfolk and peasants have with the abbot's regulations. Most people agreed with him, but Lenhart Mueller and Hanna Bergen were worried about the Duke's intervention. He also hinted at receiving a sign of God's favor that he's planning to reveal on St. John's Day. Yeah, I am interested in what this favor you're going to reveal is. I am very, very, very interested in that. Alright, hello Thomas. I did talk to you earlier, but we can talk to you again. God bless you. Let's go in here. Can we talk to, you? Oh, Ottilia, hi. You're that artist who came here a few years ago, around the time of the murder. Yes, I'm Andreas Maler. I didn't talk to you much, Ottilia. Right, I know your name. You work for Father Thomas? Work for? I'm his slave. I clean this damn church and keep his house so I have a roof over my head. Around the time the Baron was murdered, I lost my home. That bastard, the abbot, took it from me. Now I have to rely on the charity of the church. I hate the church as much as the abbey. I wish there were a hell so I could send a lot of those holy men there. I understand. You don't. You can't. No matter. Alright, well, I'll see you later. Fine. Oof, Ottilia has not been having a good time. Painting of the Virgin Mary. What does the labyrinth symbolize? What does the labyrinth symbolize? Okay. And what about the sister that was locked up here? I forget the name of the particular sister, but... yeah, Ottilia's basically forced to live here now and work for them because the abbot took the house. That's sad. Okay. Well, Martin and the widow live down there, but like I said, I want to get to the Zimmermans. I would like to talk to the Zimmerman. Specifically... well, I guess it's just Otto. Yeah, because old Otto is not around anymore, yeah? I could talk to Otto some more, though. Andreas Maler? Hello, Cat. Well, would you look at that? You are back in Tassing. And look at you, you've done well for yourself. And who's this? Cat, please, meet Caspar, my apprentice. Hello. He's got the posture of an artist, that's for sure. Good strong face, though. I do? What brings you back to Tassing, Andreas? Just passing through on my way back to Nuremberg. I saw Martin earlier. I must say, I was surprised to see him. That's right, he disappeared when you were last in town. Friends passed a few winters ago, then Wolf, Brigitte and I nearly lost the farm and our mines. But Martin returned shortly after, and he proved to be a changed man, a good man. He saved us from destitution. I've been wondering where Wolf was. I'm so sorry, Cat. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. There's nothing to say, is there? He was a good boy, sweet good little boy. Stars dimmed when he passed. That was years ago now. Try not to dwell on it, to be strong for Brigitte, and to find solace in the knowledge he is with God now. Times may be hard in Tassing right now, but God truly does answer our prayers. Glad you and your family are well, Cat, despite everything. Thank you, Andreas. Truly is good to see you again, even in the midst of such terrible times. Till later, Cat. Until then. Okay, and then there's Brigida down there. So did the game save there? 2 minutes ago was when it last saved. Can I force a save here? Because, we do need to end this episode off soon here, and I don't want to get too much. I think if I, like, go into the Zimmerman house here, or did the game save right there? 4 seconds ago. Okay, so it's mostly screen transitions that seem to do it. So, yeah, this will have to be a little bit shorter one today, just so I can make sure I can get it up on time. But, yeah, we got some talking to done with the various characters around town and everything, so that looks like a good episode to me. So, alrighty, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pentiment, and I'll see you next time for some more.